Well, good morning, everyone. Deanna and Adam. My name is Jeff Long. I'm the Vice President for Student Affairs here at Eastern New Mexico University. I'd like to welcome you and thank you for taking the time today to participate in this virtual session. One of the things everyone has learned last few years is how to do some of these things virtually. And so we just added this component to our Dog Days orientation so that we give those of you who are at a distance or can't come to campus the opportunity to hear what we have to say and to ask us any questions that you may have. If we could get started, if Deanna could just tell us a little bit about herself so that we have an idea of who you are, where you're coming to us from, and what your interests are in terms of what you want to do. Hello, go ahead.
Can you hear me? I'm sorry, I'm with my son.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, perfect. I am an adult learner. I have 3 kids, one youngest of being almost 2, oldest is 12. I graduated high school in 2004, went to beauty school. I enjoyed it, and then life kind of changed, and I decided I wanted to go into something a little bit different. I enjoy being around people, meeting new people. So I'm going into psychology, and that's basically it, I guess.
Yeah. Good for you. Thank you. How about you, Adam?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, apologize, my video isn't working today, but so I'm a parent. My daughter is a freshman there, starting this year. She's going to be playing on the soccer team, and I live in Fort Worth. My wife and I and the rest of our family live in Fort Worth, Texas. So we're a little bit far away. We weren't able to come out this weekend, but just interested in hearing what you have to say. And I really don't have any specific questions necessarily, just was interested in what might be said today.
Okay, thank you. You've already been to campus to drop your daughter off for soccer camp, I take it.
We have been there a number of times, yes.
Yeah, okay. Well, our philosophy, approach, and practice here at Eastern is our students are our students no matter where they live or what they study. And so the information that we're going to share with you today is available to all of our students. And I'll give you my contact information here when I'm done talking so that you folks can have it in case you have any questions that pop up. But like I said, all of our services, we have made accommodations for distance students or students who prefer not to come to campus for whatever reason. And you'll hear from some of those offices here in the next few minutes. But that includes in student affairs, the financial aid office, our career center, our counseling center. Any of those services that we provide here on campus are available virtually and through email and phone call to all of our students and their families. So I just wanted to assure you that if you do have questions, that we are here and available. And if you can't get to campus, that's okay. We'll find other means to answer your questions that get you the services and the answers that you need. So before I turn it over to Susan in the advising center, I'll just give you my contact information. If I'll give you a minute to, I know it's being recorded, so I don't know if you can find it when Ray's done recording it, but my office phone number is 575-562-2221. And my email address is Jeff, Jeff. Oh, there he goes, Ray. See, look at that. jeff.long, LONG, @enmu.edu. There you go. So you can have that, and you can call or email at any time with any questions that you may have or concerns that you may have. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Susan Cramp, who's the director of our advising center, and she will give you her information and presentation. And I'm going to turn my camera off so that you can pay attention to what Susan has to say. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Susan Cramp. I'm the director of the Advising Center. And I just wanted to spend just a couple minutes just to talk to you about what our office does. I'm going to move my Zoom pictures in case they're in the way. But if your son or daughter graduated from a New Mexico high school, please make sure that they double check their class schedule, that they're registered for at least 15 credit hours. During the summer, some academic departments might have canceled labs or sections of classes, and normally they send students an email to their Eastern email account. But if their students didn't access their email account during the summer, they might not have got that. So, of course, it's also a good rule of thumb for athletes to be enrolled in at least 15 credit hours. So encourage them to check that this weekend. Also remind your student to check their Eastern email account on a daily basis. We send a lot of emails, not just my department, but Eastern in general. So just make sure that to remind them from here on out, we need to use our Eastern email account. If your son or daughter is here at Eastern taking in-person classes, we encourage students to print their class schedule again, either this afternoon or tomorrow, or they can pull it up on their phone because classroom locations might have changed for us. So if a student got registered in May or June or July, chances are classroom locations might change. So just encourage your son or daughter to make sure they have an updated copy of their schedule. Students that are within the Advising Center, they will have a hold on their account for 3 semesters. It is not a negative hold. It just stops students from making changes to their class schedule without talking to an advisor first. So we can do virtual appointments for schedule changes. We can do in person. Our office is open today until 5 p.m. So we can accommodate schedules if we need to do a virtual or an in person. If they want to, so that hold will be on their account. So don't think it's a negative hold. It doesn't affect anything except them making changes to their schedule. Our office, the Advising Center, will monitor freshmen through our early alert system. So if an instructor has a concern of a student, whether it's an online class or an in-person, they will submit a notification, hey, the student might need some help with study skills or they're falling asleep in class. Our office will monitor those students and outreach to them to make sure that we connect them to the proper resources on campus. And like I said, whether it's a virtual student or in person, we have free confidential tutoring available. We have other offices that we can connect students to. Just as a reminder, students need to complete that FERPA form, the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, of who the student gives permission for Eastern to speak to on their behalf. And that is in the student portal. And if students have questions about it, we can walk them through and tell them how to find that. Just as a reminder, the drop and add deadline is August 23rd at 6 p.m. So if a student needs to make changes to their schedule, they need to have that done before the 23rd. They can contact us, and I'll have my contact information on the next screen. But our office is located in the Student Academic Services Building, room 214. We can do virtual, via email, or in-person appointments. Normally, we're open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. They can email us, and I have our email address on the next screen. If they want to make changes to their schedule, they just need to include their ID number. We're open until 6 p.m. Monday through Thursday this upcoming week. And we do have a Twitter account, so encourage your student to follow us on Twitter at ENMU Advising. We post announcements of when we're having workshops, whether it's degree evaluation workshops or student success workshops. And today, Saturday, we're open until 5 p.m. And here is our contact information. If a student needs to contact us, they can contact us at enmu.advising@enmu.edu. And emails, remember, need to come from their Eastern email account and include their ID number. There's our phone number. And here's my contact information. I have my email on there as well. And so I will stand for any questions before I turn it over.
Susan, can you send this slide deck out to us?
Yes, yeah, I sent it to Ray, and Ray should be able to get it sent to the parents. Absolutely.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. And now I'm going to turn it over to Miss Leticia Schneider.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Leticia Schneider. I am the first year experience coordinator, and I am hopefully just one person of many who are going to be with your students or online. So Deanna, you should have an online also if you're a first year. And the course is designed to help the students explore all that higher education has to offer, to help the students discover their own strengths, to learn to be a good thinker and develop the understanding and motivation that is needed to be a successful college student. We have several topics that we cover throughout the semester, and one of them is identifying and utilizing available campus resources. So that can be the tutoring office, the writing center, counseling and career services, financial aid, the advising office. We also have, we make connections in getting involved on campus and building relationships with the faculty and the fellow students. And so we have the student workshops that students can attend, athletic events, fine art events, and any other lectures that the professors may be having. Also, another topic that we cover is taking control of their own success by effectively managing their time, their finances, and health. And so we do give them a planner. So Deanna, if you need a planner from us, we can send one to you. We also have something called Wellness Wednesdays, where the counseling and career services has something for them. And then just like Ms. Susan stated, we also have student success workshops that the students can attend. And some of these are virtual as well. So Deanna, if there's something that you are interested in, we can work with that. Also, we build by learning skills that will help the students be successful. And those can be, they include reading, note-taking, studying, test-taking, verbal and written communication, research and information literacy skills. We visit the library. We make sure that the students know how to work on giving presentations, also working on research and how to find things. So the library also takes part in that. And so our common goal is to assist the students with transitioning to higher education and to provide student success. And so we are here, we try every day to make sure we're communicating with them in various ways, whether it's in the classroom through Canvas or sending emails and encouraging them to venture out and make friends so that they don't feel homesick. Again, my name is Leticia Schneider. I will post on the chat my phone number and my email address if you have any questions, whether it's an online class or your student has questions or you would like to know more about first year, then please let us know. Dr. Long?
Yeah, thank you. Before we open it up for anybody that has any questions, I did want to emphasize what Susan said about the ENMU email address that for students. That's the official delivery method from the university to the students for very important information. So just please remember to remind yourself or remind your students to continue to check your Eastern email. And again, we can't respond to Gmail accounts or other things like that because we're not confident or sure who's on the other end. So that's why we have to use the ENMU email address, and sometimes that's a change for students because they're not used to it. They're used to their email address that they've had for years. That's the one they communicate with their friends and maybe you and everything else. That's fine, but please ask them to remind them to check the Eastern email address too, because that's where a lot of information is going to come from. That's where all the information from the campus is going to come. Does anyone have any questions for us in general or specifically?
Yeah, this is Adam. I had a question for Leticia. You mentioned the writing center.
Yes.
I'm assuming, is that is that the service where students write a paper and then they can have it checked over by somebody who really knows what they're doing relative to the English language, and have, you know, grammar and punctuation and certain things, you know, corrected?
Yes, so we do have a writing center, and in that writing center, they can submit their paper online through our website, or they can make an appointment to go to the writing center. The writing center is very broad, and so they really want the students to be very specific onto what it is that they need help in, because they don't want to help them develop or write the paper for them. And so they will give them almost like 30 to 45-minute increment timing. But if they are wanting to make sure that their grammar is correct, or if they are wanting to make sure that it follows the APA or MLA format, they can they will be able to submit that and have that reviewed. And even I know for our freshman seminar students, they will learn how to submit some of those papers and show them how to do that. But also we go to the library, and they have our librarians do help them with that process as well.
Okay, so you cover that in that
Yes.
seminar class.
And
Okay, great.
our English and some of the other departments do too. But it is something that we encourage right away, that they need to start, especially if they know that it takes them a while to write a paper, that we try early to start working on that so that they're not falling behind.
Great, thank you.
Susan?
In addition to the Writing Center, we also have free tutoring through our Golden Student Success Center for additional like English or writing tutors as well. And we also have a math center as well that does similar extra tutoring for math courses. And Deanna, we have free, and we also have virtual tutoring as well that sometimes goes until 8 p.m. at night. So even for our online students, they do have access to tutoring. And you might not need it this semester, but you might in 3 semesters, and the services will still be there.
Okay, all right, great.
We have any other questions?
No, I don't. How many freshman students are at the school this year?
We are either we're close to 500 or we just pushed over 500. I can't remember what it is. We've had we're still registering students today. Some of our students are just a little late sometimes, and so that's why, along with move-in, we also have our offices open for those who need our services here during Dawg days. But I don't know if anybody has better numbers than I do, but I know that that's the last, that's what I had heard, which was, yeah, a strong class for us, given the last 2 years that, you know, a lot of universities that we're facing in terms of enrollment with COVID and students' reluctance to come to campuses.
Dr. Caldwell just came in. I'm going to go talk to her really quick. So.
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's interesting. I was under the impression it was a smaller student body.
Well, yeah, that's for the freshman class.
Just freshman class, right?
Yeah.
And our classes for the first year seminar are the most would be 24 students in a class. And so that is something that we are very proud to say, that there is not over 100 students or over 50 students, but that we definitely have a smaller class setting, and our instructors really do get that one-on-one with the students. So we recognize if somebody's not attending class or if they're needing help. It's super, we're flexible with them, and we understand some of the things that they might be going through.
Okay, well, if there are no other questions, we thank you for your time and have a great rest of your day. And again, be sure to reach out if you have any questions. And you can call any one of us here on this call, and if we don't have it, we'll get you to the right place.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate the time.
Yep. You're welcome. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.